Okay. Okay. So, got the Good Apparel Thanks album. That's a good album. But in case you didn't read the title for some reason, hey AJ, I'm gonna be reading some spooky stuff today. On the SCP Foundation website. Oh, that's an ad. No, that's not an ad. Whatever. Um, okay, cool. No ads. That's great. We're gonna read stuff on the SCP Foundation website. Yeah, I guess we could just start then. Look at that. Alright, so I was looking at one entry in particular. Hi, Jay, Brent, hi. um, okay, so, I was looking at, this thing's open, right? I'm just checking. Because I've never done this particular thing before, so whatever. Ooh, wait. Do a thing. Okay, whatever. I just going to be reading one of the entries from SCP-001. As you can see, I've already clicked on it, as you can see. And so what's interesting about SCP-001 is that it's not just one entry. Alright, so as you can see here, General Notice 001 Alpha. In order to prevent knowledge of SCP-001 from being leaked, several no false SCP-001 files have been created alongside the true file files. All files concerning the nature of SCP-001, including the decoys, are protected by a memetic kill agent designed to immediately cause cardiac arrest in any non-authorized personnel attempting to access the file. Revealing the true natures of SCP-001 to the general public is cause for execution except as required under redacted. Oh my god. So, yeah. Okay, wait. I should probably include a little bit of context for people who don't know what the SCP Foundation is. So, basically, the SCP Foundation is like this big old project that, like, a whole bunch of people get together and they make these entries for, like, these, fake, items, for, like, these items and creatures and places that have anomalous properties. So it's like, they do weird shit, right? And some of those things are world-ending, some of those things are kind of normal, right? And it's all really interesting to read about. Some SCPs are far more popular than others. There are so many SCP files at this point. But we're just gonna be looking at one of the files in SCP-001 today. Warning, any non-authorized personnel accessing this file will be eliminated, terminated through blah blah blah. I've been warned, I don't care, okay. That's a spooky image. Memetic kill agent activated, continued life science confirmed, removing safety interlocks. Welcome, authorized personnel. Please select your desired file. So let's see. I was going to look at... where is it? It is called... Fishhook. Where is that? You're totally authorized. Yep. We're not breaking any rules here. We're definitely not civilians. Where is it? I can't read. There's so many letters in this page. Blah 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 blah. A good boy. When Day Breaks. I've read that one. That one's a spooky one. I don't like When Day Breaks. Where is it? There it is. Fishhook. Codename Pedantic or Pedantique or whatever. Alright. So as you can see, this one's very boring. It's empty. There's not even anything in it. See, all the data's been expunged except for this here hyperlink. Wow. So let's see what we find in here. Ooh. You stare at the screen. Nothing? There's nothing. You scratch at your thinning hair and click on different fragments of text and bits of source code. Squint your eyes and will the words to rearrange themselves. The results are the same with every attempt. The confidence you girded yourself with is broken. Your daring edifice crumbles. Here. Nothing. There's nothing here. You take deep breaths. Not intentionally. You aren't self-aware enough to calm down. It feels like death is creeping up on you. Real death, physical death, death of everything left to you. So much for investigating workplace rumors. So much for one final indulgence before your life finishes its collapse. Something twinges in the back of your brain. A remnant of the strange image you passed over moments ago. A remnant of the wall built around nothing at all. Deep breaths. Emmett Petrosky? I'm not actually sure how to pronounce it, I'll be honest. You turn, office chair groaning as you do. Two people wait at the entrance of your cubicle, both in gray fatigue. Both armed. One, a towering bald man with a slight smile, surely at your expense. The other, a shorter woman with mud-colored hair, watery eyes. Emmett. Sergeant Gruer. I can't pronounce that, sorry. Site security, says the man. He gestures to the badge pinned to his uniform. Special Agent Morgan, internal security, says the woman. She has no badge. Come with us, please. Your heart thunders at her tone, and mucus drips down your throat. Deeper breaths. You had a plan for this. The magic words for every situation you've ever encountered in your long years at the Foundation. You've got to talk to my supervisor. This doesn't need to be a scene, says Agent Morgan. She sounds ready to drag you down the hall by your feet. Please come with us, Mr. Petrosky. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Avoid the stares of your coworkers as you pass by their tiny caves. Don't make things worse for yourself. You follow the pair of officers down the hallways to Site 02. People stare out here too. Everyone can tell you're not important enough to deserve an escort. Not for any good reason. The site's main hallways form wide arteries, each splitting into narrow capillaries that wind deep into every crevice. You're led to a steel door set in a cinder block wall. Grower punches a code into it, one firm jab at a time. Your throat hurts as you watch him. Your lungs hurt. You feel like your body is strangling itself. Doesn't need to be a scene, repeats Morgan. You're not religious, but you pray it doesn't become one. Deepest breaths. The room is tiny and sparse. A flickering light in the tiled ceiling, a stainless drain in the tiled floor, a narrow chair bolted down. You sit and can feel the chill seeping into your suit. Your career must outstrip theirs by at least a decade, but you still feel like a child in detention when you look up. Full name, date of birth, and Foundation ID number, asks Morgan while Gruer, I still don't know how to say his name, taps on a small tablet. Emmett Petrosky, February 9th, 1981, and 542313, I think. My badge is up on my desk. Current position? Intel analyst. Then you're aware that you were attempting to access classified information. I was just following up on a rumor. You gulp, but the mucus feels like it's crawling higher and higher in your throat. I was about to contact Reza when you showed up. There's some kind of security gap on that entry. See. Morgan and Grower look at each other meaningfully. You can't hope to tell what is exchanged in that silence. We'll be back. You swallow as the two leave, again as the door slams shut, again as the silence sets in. Your body adjusts to the cold, but you shiver all the same. The chair was designed for discomfort. While slouching, its low back drives into your shoulder blades. Sitting straight, it slopes forward ever so slightly. Leaning to one side, its narrow seat offers no support. You fidget, turn, and fidget more. First chair. I don't like bad chairs. Time oozes by. There's no clock in the room. You haven't worn a watch in years and your phone is out of power. Time drips as slowly as the pipe somewhere above you. It crawls as slowly as the distant... It crawls as slowly the distant drowning siren. There are a few spelling errors in here. It crawls as slowly the distant droning siren. Okay, whatever. You swallow again and again, but the lump doesn't leave your throat. Minutes pass. Hours pass. Surely it's hours. You give up on the chair and lean against the cold wall. The dripping above you has become irregular, and the sirens have stopped. Heavy footsteps sound out in the hall. First going to the right, left. You rub the rash that's been spreading down your arm all week. Time passes, you can't say how much. The pipe drips, the sirens drone. Footsteps thud back and forth. Drip, drone, thud. You swallow hard and breathe harder. You sink down the wall to sit on the floor. It's even colder still. After a small eternity, the door opens. Swallow harder. Morgan and Grower walk in. It looks like they might have changed uniforms, but it's hard to say. It couldn't have been a full day already, could it? Did you sleep? Full name, date of birth, and Foundation ID number? Asked Morgan and as Grower taps on a small tablet. Emmett Petrosky, February 9th, 1981, 54231. Current position, intelligence analyst. You're aware that you were attempting to access classified information. Hey, we have choices now! Look guys, we have choices. We can say, I told you, I was just investigating. Or, I was about to call Reza, like I said. Or, you already asked me that. That's true, like, they already did ask that. Word for word, too. Kinda weird, isn't it? Guys, do you want to make a choice? Number 3, you already asked me that? AJ, do you want to make a choice? I'm gonna let the stream catch up. I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds. 20 seconds? Yeah. In this one, particularly, it is, yeah. This one is. The other ones usually aren't. They're just entries. Regular entries. You have 10 seconds. Yeah, pick one. You have 9, 8, 10. Okay. We got a stalemate. You guys got a rock, paper, scissors for it, alright? So, like, when I say scissors after, you know, rock, paper, scissors, then you gotta put rock, paper, or scissors. Alright, so rock, paper, scissors! Make your thing. Whoever wins gets the choice. It's like there's no one else in the stream to break the in chat. That's what. Oops. I don't know. You guys gotta pick one. You guys gotta pick one. Rip. Okay. So either way, we're gonna get different. I think I can just go back later. So which one do you guys want to see first? There is definitely delay. I know that Ren wants to see number 3, and AJ wants to see number 1. I'm pretty sure they lead to the same endings. I don't know. We'll get to choose the other ones later. Anyway, so. Okay, let's go for J's. You already asked me that. You must not have given a very good answer then, says Grower. Mr. Petrosky, please don't cause any more trouble, says Morgan. She rubs her temples and briefly closes her eyes. This is a very serious offense. We're only here to find out the facts. I didn't do anything wrong, you insist. I see, says Morgan. She and Grower look at each other meaningfully. We'll be back. The door closes behind them. Time drips. Time oozes. it turns to the near-frozen mess you shovel off your sidewalk every year. You swallow mucus. You breathe deeply. The pipe drips, sirens drone, you sit on the chair, lean against the wall, you regret the idiotic decision to ever follow up on something so ominous. Be the Foundation's deepest secrets, and time passes. Morgan and Grower walk in. Her hair is in a ponytail now, and his stubble looks thicker. It couldn't have been more than a few days, could it? Full name, date of birth, and Foundation ID number? Asks Morgan, and his Grower taps on a small tablet. Emmett Petrosky, February 9th, 1981, 542313. Current position, intelligence. Then you're aware that you are attempting to access classified information? Well, I mean, we've already answered this question. But we can't pick number 3 anymore. So I guess we're gonna have to go for number 1. Right, AJ? And Ren. Alright, let's go for it. Yeah? Number 1. What was the project in question? Asked Morgan. I was, doing follow-up for our 2025 report on securing internal file systems. Sweat beads under your arms. You should know how important that is, right? It's critical. And you decided to pry into deeply classified information? You should know the importance of SCP-001. How else can we be sure it's secure, you say? See, says Morgan. She and Grower look at each other meaningfully. We'll be back. The door closes behind them. Time drips, time oozes. So slow, it might as well be solid. You swallow mucus. You breathe deep. You rub at your rash. The pipe drips. Sirens drone. Footsteps fall. You sit on the chair, lean against the wall, you lay on the floor. You regret the terrible decision to ever follow up on something so ominous. Secret to health, riches, and immortality indeed. Time passes. Somehow. Morgan and Grower walk in. Her hair is hanging loose now, and his stubble looks thicker. It couldn't have been a week yet, could it? Full name, date of birth, and Foundation ID number? Asks Morgan, as Grower taps on a small tablet. Emmett Petrosky, February 9th, 1981, 542313. Current position? Prisoner? Then you were aware that you were attempting to access classified information? Now we only have one option. I was about to call Reza, like I said. That's besides the point, says Grower. I can't count how many times you should have called them before you reached this point. Now you get to deal with us. Morgan doesn't look at all pleased about the prospect. Now let's go over how you bypass security measures. Very technical. You two wouldn't understand. Okay. I see, says Morgan. She and Grower look at each other meaningfully. We'll be back. The door closes behind them. Time drips. Time oozes. It settles over you like concrete over a secret grave. Drowns you like an uncaring, unrelenting. Swallow mucus. Breathe deeply. Rub at your rash. The pipe drips. Sirens drone. Footsteps fall. Sit on the chair, you lean against the wall, lay on the floor. You regret the terrible decision to ever follow up on something so ominous. Key to the universe's heart indeed. Time passes laboriously. Morgan and Grower walk in. Her hair is longer, isn't it? His stubble looks grayer, doesn't it? Has it been a month since they threw you in here? Months even? Could you hope to tell? Full name, date of birth, and Foundation ID number? Asks Morgan, as Grower taps on a small tablet. Emmett Petrosky, February 9th, 1981. 542313. Current position? And you're aware that you were attempting to access classified information? We have another choice! So we have, number 1, I was going to sell it. Number 2, I was going to share it. And number 3, I was going to use it. Guys, make a choice. Yeah? Has Ren gone to sleep? That's the question. Okay, you guys pick 3. You know, that was my first choice too when I first read through this. I was going to use it. I see, says Morgan. She and Grower look at each other, but there's no meaning. It's just the ritual now. You can't bear to let them walk out that door again, though. You just can't. I mean, it's 001. It has to be something special, right? Money, health, something. I need something. Dude, the thing is that with the... Okay, pause. Okay. The thing is that with the SCP Foundation, there's some disturbing shit, and it's about to get really fucking weird in just a few more frames. I'm just saying. I don't know if there's anything that's, like, totally not totally terrible in here, but, you know. Anyway. We're gonna keep going. Okay. So anyway, gonna keep reading. I mean, it's 001. It has to be something special, right? Money, health, something? I need something. What did you plan to do with that power, Mr. Petrovsky? Help the Foundation! What else would I ever do with it? I thought we would never use it otherwise. That's not our mission, but what if we have to use anomalies to contain them? What if that's necessary? Did anyone ever think of that? Think of all the good we could be doing! Your impassioned plea is met with a dispassionate disregard of the Foundation itself. Your breaths are pained. The pair stares. They loom. Time drips. They turn around. And they leave again. Your nose runs. Your chest heaves. Your throat aches. The door opens again. Morgan and Grower walk in. Her hair is longer, isn't it? His stubble looks grayer, doesn't it? Has it been a month since they threw you in here? Months even? Did you hope to tell? Full name, date of birth, and Foundation ID number? Asks Morgan, as Grower taps on a small tablet. Each impact is dull as a fist against... Emmett Petrovsky, February 9th, 1981, 542313. Current position? Trapped, maybe? Know anymore. And you're aware that you were attempting to access classified information? Alright. Choice. I was going to sell it. I was going to share it. I was going to use it. 1, 2, or 3, guys. We have all 3 options this time. Unlike on the other choice, which was more like an illusion of choice. Number 2? We're going for number 2. I was going to share it. I see, says Morgan. She and Grower look at each other, but there's no meaning. Just a ritual now. Can't bear to let them walk out that door again, though. Just can't. I wanted to share it with everyone on the intranet. And to what end? Why share something this important? Everyone's sick of Rage's shit, you grumble. Losing control of something like this would have proved it. They only act like they have everything under control. They only act like they have everything under control. Like we're the only ones who ever mess up. Grower's stare says everything is indeed under control. Morgan says you indeed are the only one to make mistakes. Your breaths are pained, throat hurts. The pair stares, but you don't think they can see you. They loom. Time drips. They turn around. They leave again. Your nose runs. Your chest heaves. Your throat aches. The light above leaks. The frame below glows. The door opens again. Morgan and Grower walk in. Her wet eyes have turned milky. His beard has turned white. Has it been a month since they threw you in here? A curdling sensation inside you says no. Not months, but years. Full name, date of birth, and Foundation ID number? Asks Morgan as Grower taps on a small tablet. Each impact is dull as a fist against flesh. Each as sharp as a gunshot. Emmett Petrovsky, February 9th, 1981. 542313. Current position? Trapped maybe? Alone perhaps? Here. Are you aware that you were attempting to access classified information? We got 3 choices again. I was going to sell it, I was going to share it, I was going to use it. What have we got, guys? That is very silly. That is not an option that we have, though, unfortunately. One, two, or three. Those are our options. Okay. But, like, really. I'm guessing you guys are gonna go for one. That's what I... Alright. Is AJ still here? I don't know. But I'm guessing we're gonna go for one anyway. I was going to sell it. I see, says Morgan. She and Greer look at each other, but there's no meaning. It's just a ritual now. You can't bear to let them walk out that door again, though. You just can't. Anything would be better. I've been doing it for years, you say, and none of you ever found out. What information to who? When and for how much? The chaos insert. The new one. They're right, you know? The Foundation failed. It failed humanity and it failed itself. They didn't even need to pay me. I would have done it anyway. There's no other way to wake everyone up. The stupor is a sin. The sleepers are sinners. I'm not ashamed of what I did, so kill me already. I'm a traitor. You know what I deserve. Your breasts are pained. Your throat hurts. The pair stares. But you don't think they can see you. They loom. Time drips. They turn around. Time oozes to a near stop. And we have another choice. We picked number one, which was I was going to sell it. But, this time, we have a new choice. Something to change it. New choice, new choice, new choice. Number one or number two? Okay. I mean, it was basically the same as last time. Number two. Alright. Content warning, trigger warning, because, this is an ending. You die. You lumber out of the narrow chair. There's no withstanding it. You'll be trapped forever if you wait any longer. Time will stop. Time will die. Time will die and Time will die and you never will. Morgan and Grower are bound by the same heavy shackles. Her gun rises first. His a second behind. Feels like hours before they level with you. You suffer an eternity as their fingers pull triggers. You bear empty eons as a bullet crawls from the barrel and lurched bullets. As they finish a long, blessed journey to reach you. Pain is swift, immediate, and final. Despite that pleasant embrace, the pipe keeps dripping. It drips, drips, drips. It's steadier than before, faster, more immediate. It hurts. You wake face down with the rich taste of blood at the back of your mouth. It's at the front of your mouth too, and the feeling of its half-coagulated morass runs the length of your throat. You put a tissue to your nose and try to clean the worst of it off of your desk. Gotten everywhere. Much is even left in your body. The computer went to sleep sometime during your stupor, but you remember what you were doing before that. It's not cold in your cubicle, but you shiver all the same. Rub your rash, you sniff loudly. Not again. Absolutely. You run a finger down the laminated list of extensions pinned to the wall. Settles on the site to raise a representative. Someone picks up the phone after 2 rings. Hi, hello, hey, you sputter. I'd like to report a security breach. End. Woo! First ending! First ending! Very spooky. Woo! How long have we been going on this? Because it feels like a very long time. First ending! Woo! Been streaming for half an hour. Like, seriously. This is just one entry. Alright? But yeah, we got our first ending! We died? Not really. Fair enough. But the point is, there are more endings, actually. This is not the only ending. It doesn't make any more sense afterward, but my assumption is that you actually did get hit by the mimetic agent, you know, the thing that was supposed to kill you or something, and you woke up somehow. I don't know. I'm not actually sure. But we can go back, actually. That's what this little button is for. We can go back, and we can pick the other options. Do you guys want to go and pick this option, and they leave yet again? Or do you want to go back further and pick a different option? We can go back further. This is SCP-001, Pedantic's proposal, fishhook. The fishhook aggregate excessive. Interesting. Okay. So anyway. What do you think? I think I would like to go down the and they leave yet again route. What do you guys say? Since you guys are watching it, wait a little bit. Okay. Let's go for it. And they leave yet again. Honestly, it doesn't make much sense, and it's not gonna make any more sense going on from here. Actually, it's gonna start making less sense. Boom. Morgan and Grower are there. They aren't people anymore, not to you. They're symbols of themselves. They're symbols of symbols. They're both Morgan, both Grower. They're both Morgan and Grower. They have become untenable entities. Emmett Petrosky, February 9th, 1981, 54213, says Morgan. Emmett Petrosky, February 9th, 1981, 542. You agree. Information analyst, says Grower. Information analyst. Classified information, they say together. Classified information. You're in the cell. You're facing the pair. They ask you to justify yourself. They demand answers. There's a cold chair under you. There are cold walls around you. The light is lit. The floor is solid. A plastic binder rests on your lap. You could read it. The symbols in front of you demand answers. Answers first. Every answer. Wring the answers dry. Delve deep for new ones. Answers. Answers. Another choice. We could pick one of these three options. Or we could look at the plastic binder resting on your lap. 1, 2, or 3, or we could look at the binder. This one. As you can see, it has a blue hyperlink thing on it. Number 1. I'm gonna wait and see if Ren's here to decide. Wait, can I check who's in chat? I think that's it. Binder or 1? We're between those two now. Make a choice, you guys. Man, we need it to be unanimous because there's only 2 people on stream. In chat. I need to get Victor in here or something. Very silly. I think democracy, I know, right? What do you guys say? You guys are very indecisive. I'm gonna get a random number generator. Alright. Here we go. The minimum is 1, the maximum is 4. Number 4 is gonna be... You're curious about the binder? Well, we're gonna go back to check on the binder later on. So, we'll see. Generate the random number. Come on. Number 4! So we got the binder. We're gonna look at the binder. That was what the random number generator said. Plastic binder rests on your lap. The binder of laminated sheets tugs at an old memory. Standard operating procedures for combating mental constructs through weaponized mindfulness. Log, then. So you don't need to read it in full again. A reminder is enough. You flip through the pages and feel a certain clarity returning to your mind. Your intentionality resurfaces. You bring to bear the might of the Foundation's protection. You arm yourself against the haze filling your mind. Push away the illusion. Column of light shines at the center of the dark room. Walk closer. Dress shoes clink against the tiled floor of your former cell. Chair is gone. The walls are gone. Chill is gone. You outlived them all. Crumpled bodies of Morgan and Grower lie at the edge of the light. The crumpled bodies of Morgan and Grower lie beyond those. Crumpled bodies of Morgan and Grower stretch into the distance. A tiny square of tiled floor rests on a graveyard of Morgan and Grower. It sails on a sea of Morgan and Grower. It persists atop the singularity named Morgan and Grower. In the light hangs a single fish hook. It dangles from a long strand of spider's web. It doesn't beckon you. You can tell that much. It does not demand touch. It does not compel worship. It simply exists. Never seen anything fine. So we have our options. Take it, 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 reject it, take it, take it, take it, take it. What do you guys say? Do we take it? Take it, 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 reject it, take it, take it, take it, or take it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is rejected. 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, you got that was a unanimous decision, so we're gonna reject it. Reject it! You learned a long time ago that the sublime is a mask, especially in this line of work. Naked weirdness can be withstood, the naked evil can be resisted. The mask is what makes both terrible. You turn away and walk across the continental shelf of Morgan and Grower until you reach the edge. You step into the air and fall past the infinite tower of Morgan and Grower. Eventually, slap against something that is neither of them. It hurts. You're lying prone on the dirty carpet. Your legs hurt, your back hurts, everything hurts. One side of your face feels sticky and you realize it's blood. Blood leaking from your nose, blood leaking from your ears, blood leaking from your eyes. You moan loudly and push yourself up to hands and knees. There's something you desperately need to do before you pass out again. You run a finger down the laminated list of extensions pinned to the wall. A red smear follows your broken digit path. It bends sideways as you go, trending toward an unnatural angle. You stop on the site's raise of representation. X9. Someone picks up the phone after 3 rings. Hello, you sputter. I need to... 3 somethings crack in your chest, and a pain-squishing sensation surges upward. You collapse into the carpet's soft embrace. Second ending! Woo! Spooky. Ew. Blood. That's gross. That's our second ending. Reject it. And then we can go back. Oh yeah, it gets more confusing, weirdly enough, on some parts. We can go back and pick the other option, which, you know, we might as well do. What do you go back? Back. Oh, you'll have to see. Do you guys want to take it, or do you want to keep going back and pick a different option? Take it, or go back further. They're weird. They're weird and trippy and spooky. I wouldn't say they're scary, more like, they're like, they instill a sense of dread. When you read them by yourself, it's a lot more effective. I'm just saying. Also, if I had music, I should get music for these. I was thinking about that before starting the stream, but like, it was right before starting the stream. So, yeah. You are too confused to be spooked. Yeah, that's fair, honestly. You're supposed to be confused. It's very confusing. Take it. You take the push hook. Fondly regard its sharpness. I don't like this ending. It's... Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna read it anyway, though. Nice and slowly. You take the fish hook and fondly regard its sharpness, the drive with which it expresses its nature. If only you could achieve such a pinnacle. Prick your thumb against it. The drop of blood is perfect in the same way the fish hook is. The hook exists there, the blood exists. If only you had such purpose. Though aimless in comparison, at least you can complete the hook. Slowly, steadily, you push it through your upper lip. Hugs. And the solitary strand of spiderweb pulls you upward. Up and up, away from the cell, away from Morgan and Grower, away from everything the day put you. You hang in wonderful stillness, the hook tugging away at your lip. All around you are others in the same position. They all bleed, they all dangle, they all look elated. You finally accomplish something important. Ugh, this ending. Oh god. Just the thought of it is not great. So yeah, this is the third ending that we've gotten, which is take it. You took the fish hook, which is, you know, fish hook is the name of this entry. So that's cool. You've like, the first ending was like you kind of called Reza. The second ending is you also called Reza, but you probably died in the process. This ending is, I think you're high or something. It's weird. Sorry. Weird and trippy. There's at least 5. I haven't looked through the whole thing. I just know that there's at least 5 endings. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going back again. Woo! We've already seen all of these. I've looked through all the take it things. They're all the same. They're all the same. Trust me. So anyway, we're gonna go back again, and we can pick these ones. These other answers. Or we could go back further and pick a different answer. That's funny. Okay. So, we can pick one of these 3. Now we just have 1, 2, and 3 to pick. Because as far as I'm aware, I don't think this changes if you pick it later. I guess that was kind of spoilery. We're going for 3? We're going for 3? Alright. I'm gonna wait for Ren to respond, and if you guys can't... I'm not actually sure. I can check, I think. I don't really remember how to check. Yeah, he's still here, supposedly, in chat. He hasn't responded, but, you know. Oh yeah, he's drawing. Alright, that's cool. Pick 1, 2, or 3. Try to explain, try another way. There must be some way to explain. I guess we're going for 3, right? What do you think, Ren? If anyone else wants to respond, and apparently there's more people watching. I don't know any of these people, but whatever. Okay. AJ's making choices now, so we're gonna go for number 3. There must be some way to explain. Number 3. You were a mistake. That doesn't justify anything, but it certainly explains it. The Foundation never should have hired you, the university never should have accepted you, your parents never should have had you. Any mistakes you've made are due to those blunders. Any fault in your action is on their shoulders. You've already absolved yourself of every responsibility. How are you to repent for their errors? But maybe there's something else to say? Look at that! You're in the cell. You're facing the pair. They ask you to justify yourself. They demand answers. There's a cold chair under you. There are cold walls around you. The light is lit. The floor is solid. A plastic binder rests on your lap. You could read it. The symbols in front of you demand answers, though. Answers first. Every answer. Bring the answers dry. Delve deep for new ones. Answers. Answers. So now we have 1 and 2, and we still have the plastic binder rests on your lap option. Which we already looked at. I mean, I don't know if it changes. I don't think I've checked. Try to explain, try another way. Okay, let's go for number 1. Try to explain. What is there to explain, though? You knowingly broke all sorts of serious rules and important regulations. Some kind of punishment was inevitable. You flaunted your ability to destroy your own defenses. You saw the fortifications erected around the walls of your cubicle and decided to undermine them. An outpouring of invaders was invited in. You can't think of anything that justifies that. How do you say that you spread your own ribs wide with every intention of allowing another to grasp your heart? Maybe there's something else to say? You're in the pit. You're in the cell. You're facing the pair. They ask you to justify yourself. They demand answers. There is a cold chair under you. There are cold walls around you. The light is lit. The floor is solid. A plastic binder rests on your lap. You could read it. Except you can't, because I can't select it. The symbols in front of you demand answers, though. Answers first. Every answer. Bring the answers dry. Delve deep for new ones. Answers. Answers. Only one choice. Try another way. You had a troubled childhood. That's it. You saw the stars fall on Chicago and were never quite the same after that. Your parents abandoned you to run faster, and who can blame them? Pity is all anyone should see you with. You can say that much, can't you? No, not that. You grew up too average to ever dare do anything as monumental as your accusations. You're too boring to look at 001's documentation. You were too unassuming to bypass firewalls and air gaps. It couldn't have been you. But even if it could have, who are these 2 agents to judge you? Don't they know who you are? Don't they know how influential your family is? This is absurd. You won't so much as respond to it. Not these accusations, not any. And maybe there's nothing else to say. Indeed, there's nothing else to say. Your justifications have failed. You haven't convinced them. You haven't convinced yourself, and you aren't in any place to say more regardless. You stand in an infinite line of Emmett Petroskis. Each wears an orange jumpsuit. Each is bound by heavy chains. Your wrists are linked to the ankles of the next in line. Your ankles are linked to the wrists of the one behind. You all shuffle forward at a steady pace, step by step, mile by mile. In the distance, 2 enormous chairs seat 2 enormous figures. Morgan and Grower look down on the procession of yourself. His slight smile might as well be a ghastly grin. Her watery eyes might as well be oceans of tears. They have reached the apex of themselves. Shuffle forward. Pause. Okay, I'm back. I needed to blow my nose. I could not breathe. I don't know if you could tell. You probably could. I don't know if it comes across. But whatever. We're gonna continue. This gets weird. As you can tell, it's already very weird. It somehow got weirder. And also there's a little bit of gory imagery, like a little bit of disturbing imagery described in the next scene of text. So, just heads up. Emmett, you think of the Lego. Yeah, just pretend it's Emmett from the Lego movie, alright? This is just a Lego man. Nothing spooky about that. You're 1,000 Emmett Petrosky's away from where the giants will judge you. Grower swings a butcher's cleaver down at one of your countless selves. They splatter into a gory mist. You're 500 Emmett Petrosky's away. Morgan thrusts a soldier's spear down, and one of your selves is split in two. You advance again. You're 100 Emmets away. You're 50 Petrosky's distant. 10, 5, 1. You shuffle up to the focus of their judgment. Full name, date of birth, and ID Foundation ID number? Asks Morgan. Her voice thunders like a breaking dam. Current position? Asks Grower. His voice aches like torn tendons and cracked bones. Emmett Petrosky, February 9th, 1981. 542313. Intelligence Analyst. And you are aware that you were attempting to access classified information? Asks Grower. His words strike you like a sledgehammer to the chest. He brings his long cleaver to rest at your neck. Doesn't have to be a scene, says Morgan. Her words howl like a plane careening out of the clouds. She lowers her long spear to rest at your heart. You sweat, gasp, and wheeze. This situation is too much. It's overbearing in every meaning of the word. You never wanted any of this, not one bit. It fell to you regardless. There's only one thing left to do. You have two options. Confess, or make it a scene. The Lego movie is really good. I recommend it. The Lego Batman movie is also very good. Very fun films. What do you guys say? One or two? Heads or tails? You want drama? You want to make it a scene? Alright, let's go for it. Either way, the random number generator also said make it a scene, so we're just gonna go for that. Make it a scene. You still have secret words of power tucked away. The ones to solve any problem had failed. That much is true, but there are others. Magic spells to create problems for everyone else. Curses to grow the brambles of bureaucracy. I want to file an appeal. The colossi lean down to stare. Their eyes are furnaces, their breaths whirlwinds. Each bears razor teeth at you. Without the armor of processes and bylaws, nothing could protect you. What? I said I want to file an appeal! Or did you want to make it a complaint too? Complaint. Morgan and Grower hiss and draw back, heads disappearing into the dark hazy high above. Their weapons withdraw so far away to be useless against them. There are long rites to be observed now, and sacred challenges to be made. You will not be chopped down like the others. You will not die so easily. Make your appeal, then. Yellow light from failing fluorescence washes above you. Emmett Petrosky? Your turn. Office chair groaning as you do. Two people wait at the entrance of your cubicle, both in gray fatigues. Fatigues? Both armed. One, a towering bald man with a slight smile, surely at your expense. The other, a shorter woman with mud-colored hair and watery eyes. I'm Emmett. Sergeant Grower, site security, says the man. He gestures to the badge pinned to his uniform. Special Agent Morgan, internal security, says the woman. She has no badge. Come with us, please. Your heart thunders at her tone, and mucus drips down your throat. Deeper breaths. You had a plan for this. The magic words for every situation you've ever encountered in your long years at the Foundation. You've got to talk to my supervisor. This doesn't need to be a scene, says Agent Morgan. He sounds ready to drag you down the hall by your feet. Please come with us, Mr. Petrosky. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Avoid the stares of your co-workers as you pass by their tiny caves. Don't make things worse for yourself. You follow the pair of officers down the hallway of Site O2. Hallways. Site O2. People stare out here too. Everyone can tell you're not important to deserve an escort. Not for any good reason. Site's main hallways form wide arteries, each splitting into narrow capillaries. Capillaries? That wind deep into every crevice. You're led to a steel door set in a cinder block wall. Grower punches a code into it, one firm jab at a time. Your throat hurts as you watch him. Your lungs hurt. You feel like your body is strangling itself. This doesn't need to be a scene, repeats Morgan. You're not religious, but you pray it doesn't become one. Deepest breaths. The room is tiny and sparse. A flickering light in the tiled ceiling. A stainless drain in the tiled floor. Narrow chair bolted down. You sit and can feel the chill seeping through your suit. Your career must have tripped theirs by at least a decade, but you still feel like a child in detention when you look up. Full name, date of birth, and Foundation ID number, asks Morgan, while Grower taps on a small tablet. Emmett Petrosky, February 9th, 1981, and 542313, I think. The badge is up on the desk. Current position? Intel analyst. And you're aware that you were attempting to access classified information? I want to appeal this charge. See, that's, in case you hadn't noticed, everything back in the last couple of frames was exactly the same as the beginning of this whole thing. Except for this. I want to appeal this charge. Morgan and Grower look at each other. The meaning is clearer now than it ever was before. Concern at your newfound calm. Worry at your invocation of authority. In the end, each is a mere gatekeeper, a dispenser of others' power. You don't need to fear them. If you're sure, says Morgan. Her eyes are dry. I am. We wouldn't stop you, says Grower. Smile is gone. Then don't! Let me talk to your superior. Morgan and Grower look at each other again. She rubs her temples. He shrugs slowly. They both nod firmly and walk to the door. It opens. They leave. It closes. You sit there, confident in your choices. You made a mistake, but you won't be hung for it. You won't be made a tragic example. The protections of bureaucracy are upon you. The door opens again. Black sludge surges around the door's edges, drags itself along with countless squirming arms, each grasping at the tiniest gaps and cracks. It crawls along the floor, sweeps along the walls, and wraps up onto the ceiling. Crawls on itself, circling inward until it nearly touches you on all sides. Two blue eyes open in front of yours, as does a toothless maw. Appeals must be filed accompanied with Form 3526F, the sludge says. Then it finishes wrapping around you. You scream, and it fills your mouth. You struggle, and it tightens. The embrace is cold and damp. In that firm grasp, time slows, stops, and dies. Mourned, cremated. You stand at the grave of time and wail. You stand in its mausoleum and howl. Or you would. Only you could. That's another ending! Man, that's another ending. How many is that? 4 now? Take it, reject it, take the easy way out, and this one, which is, I want to file an appeal. You did some drama. So yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? We're not done yet, though. There is one more ending to be had. So we can go back. Go back again. And check the other options. Oh yeah, at least in this game. Or this isn't a game really. It's more like a reading thing. Anyway, you can choose confess. And that's the other option that we haven't picked yet. And this would be the 5th ending. So I guess we're just gonna go for it, right? Confess. You sweat, gasp, and wheeze. This situation is too much. Overbearing in every meaning of the word. You never wanted any of this, not one bit. Fell to you regardless. There's only one thing left to do. Confess. I made a mistake, you say. Your words are just words here. They do not thunder. They do not rumble. You are not yourself a colossus. Made a stupid mistake. I broke the regulations, endangered my colleagues and everyone else. What else can I say? The Foundation's trust in me wasn't misplaced. Sorry. And? The towering agent say. You feel the weight of the word. Your spine shudders. Your eyes water. The spear pulls back. The cleaver pulls back. Neither is a true retreat. I would like to submit my resignation. They both strike. Your lifeless body is found at your desk within minutes. The scene is quarantined. Warning tape is strung across the cubicle. Your files are poured over. Your computer is dissected and analyzed. Your corpse is carted away too. In the end, none can determine what pushed such a normal employee over that dangerous line. One party says anomalous influence. Another says monetary gain. A third claims it was a mere impulse. Eventually, the file is sealed away along with the others who tried to access SCP's. Your body is later discarded, but your brain is preserved to further study the effects of the Berryman and Langford's legacy. The Berryman and Langford. After all, there's always more to be learned. Well, in this ending, you actually do die. Like, in the other endings, you wake up and you might die. The point is you breach 001 security. The Berryman and Langford thing is... Go back. Loading. Come on. SCP-001. Where is it? Here we go. Wait, here it is. See, that's the Berryman and Langford mimetic kill agent. See? That's where you die. Like, that's the thing that tries to kill you. It's like some weird... It's like... I guess it's gotta be like some drug or something. See? So, that's why you die in a lot of the endings. Was that the 5th ending? Yeah, that was the 5th ending. So yeah, it's very cool, I think. The SCP Foundation, I mean. Not dying. That's not so great, especially not with some weird drug that gives you hallucinations and makes you imagine that like you're being judged by giant officials. Yeah, basically. You die from a huge drug trick, which is called the Berryman and Langford mimetic kill agent. See, will result in immediate cardiac arrest followed by death. And the ones that don't kill you, the endings where you don't die, are the ones where you wake up early. So like the further down you go, the lower are your chances of survival. That's why when you wake up in some endings, the plastic binder rests on your lap, push away the illusions. You reject it, and I don't remember if that means that you live or die. No, you die here. You die in this ending. Reject it is you just keep on a whole... You just stay in here, in this illusion, I guess. And I guess you're dead, like in real life. Since this is from the perspective of the person that's looking through the SCP-001 files, you can tell that, you know, some of it isn't real. Most of this isn't real, in the context of the thing. Going back again. This one is, you take the easy way out. And this is the one where you wake up. And you don't die. Like, you don't actually die. You wake up on your desk, you know, you wake face down with a rich taste of blood, blah, 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 blah. The computer went to sleep sometime during your stupor, but you remember what you were doing before that. It's not cold in your cubicle, but you shiver all the same. As you can tell, this is like something that reflects like the start of the whole story, which is when you go into the stainless steel, the cell with the stainless steel drain and all that other stuff with the uncomfortable chair, right? And not again, absolutely not again. This guy had a bad trip, as you can tell. And then this guy calls Reza. Which means that, you know, he called Reza and he reported the security breach, which was the breach that he did. And so then we can go back further, and I think, yeah. That's basically it. And we can look at the other options that we had, because they do change. But I don't know. We can look at the other options if you want, you know, like the ones that we didn't pick before, which this one is help the foundation. This was I was going to use it, I think. So we already picked that one. But if we pick I was going to use it further along into it, it actually gives us a different response. See? Like, when you pick I was going to use it earlier, it says, help the foundation, what else would I ever do with it? But if you pick it the second time, which is here, you get, I see, says Morgan. She and Grower look at each other, but there's no meaning, it's just a ritual now. You can't bear to let them walk out that door again, though. You just can't. I heard it gave you power. Not like the skips that break you in the end. Magic. Something like magic. What did you plan to do with that power, Mr. Petrovsky? Nothing, you protest. Haven't you just wanted to know what it would feel like? To not be stuck on this treadmill? Actually change the world? I just had to know how it would feel to make that change, to make any change. Your plea is met with the implacable disregard of those who with the power to enact that change. Your breaths are pained, your throat hurts, the pair stares, but you don't think they can see you, they loom, time drips, they turn around, and they leave again. And then if you pick it later on, it gives you yet a different option. As in, if you pick I was going to use it later on, it gives you another different option. I see, says Morgan. She and Grower look at each other, but there's no meaning. It's just a ritual now, blah blah blah. Anything would be better. I wanted to play God. I wanted to be God, okay? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of living like this. What did you plan to do with that power, Mr. Petrovsky? Why should I say? You'd never understand. Not either of you. When you don't know what it's like to be trapped behind a desk all day while the world falls apart. I won't justify myself. You're lucky it didn't work, that's all. That's all! Your outrage crashes against the wall that is Morgan and Grower. They don't care. They could not possibly. Your breasts are pained. Your throat hurts. The pair stares. You don't think they can see you. They loom. Time drips. They turn around. Time moves us to a near stop. And then we get this option. You know, you take the easy way out, or they leave again. Which, you know, we've seen those. We've seen those. We can go back. I don't know, though, if these options change if you, like, pick different paths, you know? So, like, the first time we did, it was, I was going to use it, they leave again, and the next one we picked was, I think I was going to sell it? Let me see. Oh, no. Oh, that's interesting. It talks about the other organizations. No, I was going to share it, and then we picked I was going to sell it, right? I don't know if it changes if you, like, pick a different one. Like, if you say I was going to use it again, and then pick, let's say I was going to sell it now. The Chaos Insurgency. Okay, no. So those options don't, like, change on a case-to-case basis. They just change from, like, as you progress. So I'm gonna read the other ones. So let's go to the first one. I think we already passed it, so we're gonna go for I was going to sell it, which is the first one, but the first choice. Okay. I see, says Morgan. Yeah, we already know this. I only did it once before, you say. I swear. What information? To who? When and for how much? Mickey D's. You know, Marshall Carter, Dark. I can give you records. I have all the records. Just let me go back to my computer. I'll show you everything. They stare at you. One set of eyes tired, one weepy, both implacable. I was, dealing with Carter herself. I can help you catch her. Please. Your breasts are pained. The pair stares. They loom. Time drips. They turn around, and then they leave again. The door opens again. Wow. We're gonna look at... Let's see if anything changes here. No, nothing changes. I was going to sell it. I see, says Morgan. You can't let them walk out that door again. You just can't. Only 2 or 3 times, say. I needed the money. What information? To who? When and for how much? Serpent's hand. They were so insistent, and no one here would listen to me. My career is dead, so what do I have to lose, right? You got me. Just put me in prison, please. Their silence is a sentence of another sort. A vile, terrible one. Lock me up somewhere! I deserve it! I betrayed the Foundation, I let everyone down, I admit it. I admit everything. Your breaths are pain, your throat hurts. The pair stares, but you don't think they can see you. They loom. Time drips. They turn around, and they leave again. And so then, we already know that this third option of I was going to sell it is for the Chaos Insurgency, and now Emmett Petrosky is upset and stuff, so that's fun. Now we're gonna go back again and look at the 3 options for I was going to share it. Alright, so I was going to share it, option 1, number 1, number 2, whatever. I see. Just to share with a friend, you say. He was so curious and I just couldn't say no. And to what end? Why share something this important? He's cute, you say, as if that explains everything. It does in this case. If only you were devious enough to have a different reason, a more sinister one. Morgan and Grar stare at you like you're the biggest idiot the Foundation's ever employed. Maybe they're right. Your breaths are pained, the pair stares, they loom, time drips, they turn around, and they leave again. The door opens. I was going to share it. We already looked at this one, which was everyone's sick of Ray's shit. Yeah, they only act like everything's under control, like we're the only ones who ever mess up. We've already seen this though. Let's go for the third option of I was going to share it. Anything would be better. Everyone. Just everyone. And to what end? Why share something this important? The information wanted to be free. The aphorism had never been more true than within the walls of the Foundation. I could hear it. It wanted to be free. Wanted me to free it. You can't lock it up forever. The Ethics Committee won't let you. I won't let you! Morgan and Grower both regard you pityingly, but you couldn't possibly say why. You're right, after all. The information wants to be free. It wants to be saved. Your breaths are pained. Your throat hurts. The pair stares, but you don't think they can see you. They loom. Time drips. They turn around. Time moves to a near stop, and yeah, we've already seen this. And did we see all the 3 for I was going to use? We have not. I don't think so. Alright, I was going to use it. I think that was the first option that we chose, so we already know what this says. No, we did see all of them now. So... did we? Okay, yeah, we've seen these. Alright, so let's go back further and look at our other options. Because I like looking at all the endings. Actually, let me see if this changes at all. Depending on, like, the order that you pick it from. Again, like in the other one. So let's go for... see, when you go through the other order, it doesn't change. Okay, so this doesn't seem to change anything when you pick it in a different order, so that's fun. That's good to know. Very technical, you two wouldn't understand. You already asked me that. Follow harder. I think we've already seen all the options. That's just about everything we have to say. We have to see in this, yeah, in this entry. So that was cool. Go back to our original ending, which was the one where you die or whatever. You already asked me that. Wrong. Time passes somehow. Oh yeah, I was just investigating. Yep. I was about to call Riza, like I said, or Riza. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that. Time passes. I'm going to use it. Carrot. And you take the easy way out. That was our first ending. And then you survived. You know, so I think that's, I don't know, not the bad ending. Like, technically the bad ending is the one where you actually die, so that would be, you know, the one that goes deepest and furthest. We've seen all the endings. That's cool and stuff. Woo! So yeah, that was SCP-001. Scroll. Wait, I can go back this way, I think. Oh no, I can't. Never mind. Fishhook. Where is that? Fishhook. Fish hook. I keep forgetting where that is. I saw it. I saw it. There we go. Codename pedantic fish hook. Your head hurts. You know, that's fair. You see? Like, how we all started this whole thing? SCP-001, data expunged, data expunged, data expunged. And that's why it starts with... That is why it starts with nothing, there's nothing here. See? Nothing. There's nothing. Because there is nothing here. In relation to SCP-001. According to this specific document, this specific entry, the data all got eliminated, and then you got hit by the memetic agent that you saw at the start before actually entering the file. So that's fun. Very interesting. I think it's cool. How long have I been streaming for? I've been streaming for a little over an hour, so I think that's what we're gonna leave it at today. You know? That's gonna be today's stream. We can definitely look at other... Victor! Hi! New Shade 333. I'm sorry. Man, that is an impulse. But I just finished reading through the whole thing. You're a bit late, man. I'm gonna end the stream now. I'm sorry. I've been streaming for like an hour. You can watch the VOD on Twitch or on the VOD's channel, which is on YouTube, which is Wildfire201X Live. You can watch that. It's very cool. I went through all the endings and the choices that you can pick. So that's cool. We'll look at another entry sometime. I don't know. Did you guys find this interesting? I thought it was cool. So I'm probably gonna do another one of these. I don't know if there's any other ones that are like this one, right? You should definitely get something for your headache, AJ. That would be a good thing. But yeah, that's gonna be the stream for today. Thank you so much for coming, for watching. Anyone who needs to go to bed right now. If you're watching from YouTube, subscribing, because I'm very cool. And you're on Twitch, you haven't followed me yet, what are you even doing here? Seriously. But yeah, I'm gonna be reading more of these, I guess, on another day. Next stream, maybe? Do you guys have, like, any suggestions for which SCP I should look at next? Because there are many, many SCPs. Just so many. There are at least 7,199. 7,999. Alright? You know, that's a bad idea. You shouldn't go to bed on the street, but okay. We can look at SCPs. We can look at more SCP files. Do you guys... whatever. Do you guys have any ones that you want me to look at? If you guys have any ones that you want me to look at for the next stream, then, you know, just let me know. You can let me know on the Discord server. You can let me know... I don't know. That's basically the only one here. You can let me know here in the chat or whatever. But yeah. That's I've only read one today, so that's fun. SCP-333, that's what we're gonna do later. Okay, next stream, we're gonna look at SCP-333, because New Shade 333 said so. And because I say so. And I also like the number 333, so yeah, yep. No, AJ, I can't guarantee that the SCP entries will not hurt your brain. In fact, quite the opposite. You know, they probably will hurt your brain, because there's just a lot of weird shit going on in here, so that's fun. It's a really fun thing that's going on. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching today's stream and being active in chat and stuff, because I always like when there's activity in chat. That's fun. Yeah. Go to bed if you need to go to bed. Go to class if you need to go to class. Don't look at classified files from the SCP Foundation if you're like in some place that has classified files. Maybe don't do that. You might be at risk of being eliminated or neutralized or whatever. You know, that might be bad for you. It might not be in your best interest. I should turn on the Yoden Peril album while I do this ending, even though there's, like, nothing left to say. Where did I put that? There it is. Bam! Ah, there we go. Much better. I really need to draw my little starting soon screen. But yeah, that's the stream for today. I hope you guys had fun, because I had fun, and that was cool, so I'm definitely gonna be doing this again. Maybe on Friday. Maybe. I don't know. And we'll be reading SCP-333, which is... You know, why don't we just look at what that is before we end the stream? Let's go back. That would be a little further. Here we go. Alright. Take a look at what the name for SCP-333 is before we go. Real quick. 300 to 399. Please? Okay, here we go. And number 333 is City in a Symphony. That's what we're gonna look at next time here in my stream. You know, if you are interested in any of this, you can definitely just look up the SCP Foundation for yourself, because, man, it is so cool. It's just such a massive project with so many things to look at. There's no way that I could possibly look at all this by myself. I've only seen a few SCPs for myself. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. We'll look at others. Okay, that's it. Bye! We'll see what happens next stream.